Welcome, everyone. Today we're entering the shadowy world of a unique musical steeped in suspense and audience participation. This is The Mystery of Edwin Drood. The Mystery of Edwin Drood is a musical written by Rupert Holmes based on the unfinished Charles Dickens novel of the same name. Now, the musical stages Charles Dickinson's final and unfinished novel, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, in a style hearkening to British pantomime and music hall genres that had reached a height of popularity around the time of Dickens' death. As with most of his other novels, Dickens wrote The Mystery of Edwin Drood in episodic installments. It began production in 1870, but Dickens died suddenly that year from a stroke, leaving no notes about how he intended to finish the story. Almost immediately, various authors and playwrights, including Dickens' own son, wrote their own endings. Well, a century later, there were several collaborations between the late Dickens and other novelists, numerous theatrical extrapolations, and 3 film adaptations of the story. Now, Rupert Holmes, the major creative contributor to the musical Drood, spent his early childhood in England. At age 3, he was taken to the theater for the first time, a modern panto with a cross-dressing lead boy and audience sing-alongs. By age 11, he was fascinated by mystery books and first discovered the unfinished Dickens novel. Holmes drew on these experiences when impresario Joseph Papp, the creator and head of the New York Shakespeare Festival, approached him to write a new musical. Now, fun fact here, Rupert Holmes, if you didn't know, recorded the Billboard #1 hit Escape the Pina Colada Song. He also wrote songs for The Platters, The Drifters, Dolly Parton, and Barry Manilow, to name a few. Holmes basically conceived the show's central premises by drawing on his recollections of Dickens' novel and pantomime as a youth, and his later experiences with Victorian-style music hall performances. Holmes wrote the book, the music, the lyrics, and the full orchestrations for Drood, becoming an unusual accomplishment for just one man. Now, in writing the book, Holmes deliberately chose not to imitate Dickens' writing style, as he felt it would be too bleak for the show he envisioned. Instead, he employed the device of a show within a show. The cast members of Drood do not specifically play Dickinson's characters. Rather, they are music hall players performing as Dickens' characters. This device allowed for the incorporation of light comedy, which was not present in the original novel, and several musical numbers unrelated to the original story. Now, this is where it gets unique. Holmes used a novel method to determine the play's outcome: audience voting. At a break in the show, the audience votes on who killed Drood, if he was killed, the identity of the mysterious Dick Datchery, and which 2 characters will become romantically involved, creating a very unique happy ending. Now, since every audience differs in temperament, the outcome is theoretically unpredictable, even to the actors, who must quickly tally the votes and perform the chosen ending, which required Holmes to write numerous short endings to cover every possible voting outcome. This made each performance of the musical a different, unique theatrical experience, with no performance exactly the same as the other. The original production opened at the Delacorte Theater in New York's Central Park in August of 1985, later transferring to Broadway's Imperial Theater in December of that year. The Broadway cast starred Tony Award-winning actor and singer George Rose, singer and actress Dame Cleo Lane, 2-time Tony nominee Howard McGillin, and actress and singer Patty Cohenor. Fun fact, 5-time Tony Award nominee Donna Murphy, 4-time Tony Award nominee and the original voice of Pocahontas, Miss Judy Kuhn, and feature theater film director and choreographer Rob Marshall were also members of the ensemble. Rob Marshall was also the dance captain and assistant choreographer for the production. In 1988, a slightly revised version of The Mystery of Edwin Drood began its North American tour at the Kennedy Center Opera House in Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, during a break in the tour, George Rose was murdered after returning to his home in the Dominican Republic, prompting New Zealand actor Clive Revill to take over his role to help finish out the tour. In 1987, the show would open at the West End Savoy Theatre, along with numerous regional and amateur productions opening worldwide. In May of 2012, a London revival would open at the Arts Theatre for a limited run, starring Wendy Peters and Natalie Day. By November of 2012, the Roundabout Theater Company would present a Broadway revival at Studio 54, running for 136 performances, starring former actress, singer, and dancer who unfortunately died in January of this year, Miss Cheetah Rivera, actress and singer most recently seen in the Cher Show, Stephanie J. Block, actor, director, and singer Will Chase, Irish stage, film, and television actor Jim Norton, and movie, television, and theater actor Greg Edelman. Gang, The Mystery of Edwin Drood reminds us the power of imagination and the enduring allure of a good mystery. It's a testament to the collaborative spirit of theater, where even the unexpected can lead to something captivating. This is Center Stage, leaving you with one question. Will you be able to solve the mystery before the curtain falls?